So this seems to be working. Hi and welcome to my channel, Hisame Artwork. Today I'm going to continue coloring a page from Tuesday. And I'll start just as soon as I finish arranging my chat windows here. So this is what I'm going to continue working on today. There's still some coloring that needs to be done and also the shading I need to do. Okay. I am working on page 13. And the series here, you can read it for free on the Pastic. Close that, I don't need it anymore. Start streaming. And it seems I already have 2 viewers. Hi there. 5. Welcome to my channel. Let's see if it's working. And it seems I already... Okay, good. I'll close this. I don't want it eating my internet bandwidth. I already have very crappy internet. Let's see if I have colored that in a previous page. Okay, I have my Wacom brush, Wacom tablet, sorry. And here I have a custom brush that I use for the shading. Set this to multiply. And here I still have some cables. And I'm gonna choose a simple brush. I want it to be hard, so the colors are okay. It's a flat color, sorry. Press the V key to select the layer. I have my select layer feature turned on. And I press Alt so I can get the color. A gray cable would be. color that. Okay, so lower cables are. That one's purple, and so is the other one. So I gotta color those. Make sure I'm on the right layer. And I press the space bar so I can move the artboard around. And I use my it's not that great of a zoom. I prefer the zoom in the mouse than the one in the tablet. It's too jarring, it's not smooth, which I'm pretty surprised. Again, press the space bar so that I can move the image around, and the V key to select the layer. Hi Moppy, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Moppy. And I press E for erase and B for brush. I always keep my keyboard close just so I can easily switch between tools. There we go. I think that's pretty much done. Press Ctrl to select that layer, and I go to my custom grunge brush. This I don't think I need anymore. I can delete it. How have you been, Moppy? How's it going? Hi Kay, how are you? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thanks for asking. That was a really bad migraine. Yesterday I was pretty sick. I thought of going to the doctor if it persisted. Like, I don't think I've ever had a migraine that bad in my life. But fortunate it's over now, so I don't have to go to the doctor. It's crazy expensive, first of all. Okay, and yep. Now it fits in better. Now I have the floor color anywhere else? No, I'll have to open an older image to get my colors from there. So how have you guys been? How's it going? And here as well. Get some. There we go, some shadow there. Now why is my background like my mask is way off? Must have changed the size at some point. Hi Anna, how are you? Oh, awesome. I look forward to seeing it. You've been very productive, Moppy. I saw you posted a lot of pages, so that's really good. I think it was even more than once a week, so I was like really envious. I wish I could put up, oops, pages that often. Okay, close this. And this one, I think also the mask is too long. It's getting out of the... There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna name this multiply. Oops, that's a bit too much. Here we go, without saturation, so it doesn't go into the blue. I haven't updated that one since July. Oh, updated what? Because I saw pages on your comic and I shared them, Moppy. Oops, daisy, okay. Okay, and this one as well to do the shading. Multiply. There we go. this to normal. Yep, everyone's fine, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Just kind of trying to keep track of everyone and what you've been up to on social media, kind of trying to support you guys. And just kind of realizing how crappy Facebook is and how hard it is on social media to kind of keep track of things. And if you don't continuously like someone's things all the time, like if you skip a bit because I don't know what happened, you either didn't see their posts or you were offline for a while, and you kind of lose track of each other. Oh, it's a separate comic from the main story. Okay, I'll go check that out as well. Let's see. So, Mappy, where could you be? There we go. This one, U-Speed press conference, I think it was. Okay. And I will check that out later. Okay, I'm gonna have like a darker color for the multiply. There we go. But I do like how Tapastic and YouTube kind of handle the updates and everything. Like if I miss something on YouTube, it will show up in the recommendations and eventually I will see it. And also on Tapastic, if I'm subscribed to something, I will always get a notification for that. But what I've noticed is that I don't always get notifications for when people post on their wall, because they have to tick that notify subscribers button, and sometimes they forget, I guess. But otherwise, the system for notifications on Tapastic I think is pretty good. I don't like the fact that you don't have a way of tagging someone, which is kind of off and silly. I don't know why they didn't have that. I guess you can post on someone's wall, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Because like for example, someone won this week an illustration from me because they tipped me, and they won in the weekly raffle. I don't know how to call it, mini art lottery. I call it Hisame OCL, original character lottery. Which side do you think is weird, Kay? Tapastic? it's an accident waiting to happen with all of these wires. Well, the layout is for comics, so I don't know what you want to post there, okay? But you can't post any videos. You can post sound. Like, let me show you. So I want to upload something, and I'll go to something and click edit. I think it'll be easier to show you. Like, see, you can add music from SoundCloud. Yes, it's more suited for vertical comics because a lot of the readers. Oh, you're going to post your manga there. That's good. I think Tapastic it's really easy to upload. Um, it's more for vertical because the vast majority of their users use the app. So people actually have a hard time reading your comic, Anna. I mean, even I'm at the limit where it's barely readable. I've tested on my husband's phone and he has a big screen. So people with an expensive phone, I guess, well, it's not the most expensive phone, but with a big screen, uh, can read the comic without any problems. But uh, like, I have an older phone that was suited me just well for making phone calls, but it's not great for reading comics. And I really don't have any problem with the vertical format on the website either. Like, this is my longer page in the sense that it's kind of long. But Niels is the usual A4 comic sized format, and it fits just well. You can see it in the screen. Oops. And if you kind of shrink it, let me just, like, at this point you can't really read it very well. And you kind of have to have in consideration how it would be seen on a phone, because a lot of people do read these only on the phone. So vertical format is actually better. Let me check my old phone. I have it here, and I will go to your comic, Anna, and tell you in a second. Cause on the tablet, so I have a tablet that is A4, and I can read your comic just fine there. But on the phone, let me just check. Okay, Tapas app, which barely fit on this phone, like I had to delete a lot of stuff. There we go. Come on, gotta go to... Oh, my husband's account is on this one. Okay, let me just try and search for Anna versus... Oh, come on, it crashed. Yeah, the phone is pretty old, so sometimes the app crashes on this one. Okay, versus... versus, there we go, and open this, and also I'm gonna bookmark it in case I need to see it again. Yeah, okay, I can read it. Some of the textures don't look that great because you have a pattern, so it kind of looks a bit weird and pixelated. And for some words it's a bit harder to read than in others. Like I'm now at page let's see, what page am I? 8, 9. So like for example, you have Noah sitting in his bed and um, you have some text over some wooden boards. Like that I cannot read, so I have to zoom in and then it's okay. And he says another nightmare with that strange girl. So that text I wasn't able to read until I zoomed in. But the speech bubbles are okay, I can read those. Like maybe for comfort I will zoom in a bit, and it says it's easier to read. I should check my own comic because I don't remember while I'm at it. Okay, library, Niels. Okay, go to some speech bubbles. Yeah, my text is pretty small also. Like on this old phone, it's hard to read. But after I zoom in a bit, then it's easier to read. But yeah, that's an issue, and I'm focusing more on PC readers than mobile readers anyway, because that was my choice. I don't think that it's worth the effort to do for the ones that are exclusively mobile. Like occasionally on forums I will see some people complain like, oh, I hate comics that don't have proper text and I can't read the speech bubbles. And I'm like, okay, I want to do a comic that you can see a lot of detail and is rich. I don't like comics that are really hard to read. Yeah, I guess you can try that. Let me see, I have an example here of a vertical comic that looks really good. See if I can find it. Where are you? That Korean saw it. Like this is really easy to read vertically on the phone. Like it's especially made for devices, handheld devices. There are like phones with small screens and stuff like that. And it has like these panels that are separated but a lot of empty space, and you have like one little image, and it's on the phone. This doesn't look as bad. Like this will seem rather interesting because it's gonna be a small little thumbnail, but when it's blown up on full screen on a big screen like this, it's not that good. And then they have these really detailed backgrounds that look stunning, and a lot of this is lost on the phone. Like it has let me show you. Like look, this looks really nice on the big screen or on a tablet. I don't know if you can appreciate it as much as on a old mobile phone that barely works like I have. Definitely can see all the pretty clouds better on a more modern phone, like the one my husband got. The thing is, he had to get a new phone because here in the US they changed what kind of connections and phones are supported. So like they no longer supported 3G. Yeah, it's very good to adjust the font size. So he couldn't use his phone anymore to be called or make phone calls, so he had to get a new phone that supported 4 and 5G. So even though our old phone works just fine, uh, and especially for making phone calls, it was very good. It did what it was supposed to do. But they changed that, so we can no longer use it. Which kind of sucks, but yeah. When there's no competition, you can't really do anything about it. Use Nox Up Player on PC like I do. For what to use Nox Up? Because the issue was that, if he was going somewhere at the airport to pick someone up, he could no longer call that person to make sure they meet up or something like that. So he had to get a new phone. Tap us up, download me a lot of advert on my smartphone so I see them on PC. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I have a tablet, so for me it's more convenient to watch all the ads on my tablet. Because, I'm watching a TV show or something that I like. And I just watch some ads on the side and I just kind of click next, next. And if I see an interesting ad while I'm watching my show, uh, I might install that game or something. Oh, it's not selected the arm. There we go. Okay, and select the hands. Like I was looking at other people that were getting tips and on the forum and stuff like that, and kind of realized that I'm getting a lot more ads than other people, so I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because I'm an active user, or maybe because I'm in the US. Because I don't know where the other people were from. So I don't know where they lived and what their IP was. Because if it is IP related, because I'm kind of imagining that Arby's is gonna advertise in countries where it does have its fast food restaurants, so maybe you in Italy will not get Arby's commercials, but I will because I live in the US. And there are a lot more fast foods here in the US, so maybe also that's why I'm getting more ads. And I'm getting medicine ads, like for asthma and stuff like that. Like I've gotten ads that were 100 coin, and they were for asthma or some other medical problem. Like the highest ad I've gotten was 100 coin, and the cheapest ad was um, free coin. Like I've never gotten less than free coins. That is really low. Yeah, I click the refresh button on the try later, and then it usually shows me more. Like most of the ads, I get to see them late at night, like 12 or 1 or 2 o'clock. Yeah, for what you call it, for video games, I get like 14. Hi June, how are you? Now I see a whole bunch of ads, like I see for medicine, like farting ads, medicine, like to take something so you stop farting. Those are usually a bit more expensive, and like I get 100 coin for fart um, ads or asthma ads. And cheapest are some car ads or something like that. Honestly, I wish they gave me trailers for movies. Like I'd be happy if I got that, because I watch those anyway. Why not get paid for watching them? No, I will put the same robot because it's the same thing, so I don't work twice. I'm gonna just after I do the shading on this guy. Welcome back, Moppy. So yeah, anyway, I'm really happy that they got the tipping activated, because now I can tip GamerCat and other artists that I like, and it's super easy to do it. And you know, like GamerCat, I'm looking, a lot of people are tipping like $5 a month or something like that, so it kind of adds up. Because as an indie artist, it's pretty tough, so I'm glad that she's getting financial help this way. Hope the system will not get abused too much and shut down. Because I have seen like some comics that are pretty bad and they have like already hundreds of dollars donated. And hopefully it will not get too crowded with crap, so it's gonna be okay. Brush. And I want a normal brush. But he struggles to do it. He closed and reopened new studios lots of times. Yeah, well, if you don't have money from the start to kind of keep investing in advertising, like I really don't like advertising, but it's a very important part, because if people don't know, they're not gonna buy if it's not on hand easily to buy. Like if you don't have your book in big bookstores or in places that you can easily buy online and also to be very cheap, it's really hard, and also takes a lot of time to get to the point where your stuff is worth enough that you can make a decent living out of it. So like you have to be in your 40s before you're gonna be able to breathe easily at the end of the month, if you are one of those happy cases. No, didn't leave the studios, like they slept under their desk. Yeah, dedication, but you know, you don't have to be a suffering, starving artist, which is really sucky idea. Like I would rather not be in that situation. And at least Patreon is helping in that regard. Like once you get established, it's easier to kind of get the donations and get the help and everything. Like I look at GamerCat, she's making $800 a month, so depending where you live, that is good money or that is okay money. Like if she lives in the US, it's okay-ish money depending on where you live. If you live in New York, that is crappy money. But if you live in East Europe, that is good money. And if you live in, let's say, Venezuela, then you're rich. But also there are other problems in Venezuela, so you don't want to live there. I think it's good to get out of the house. Not to stay in the house all the time. Yeah, there are a lot of jobs that have stigma, and the status of a job changes. Like, for example, at least doctors still a good thing. Being a lawyer or a businessman means you're a bad person. Um, Being an artist means you're a loser and stuff like that. So. Yeah, Alexi checked. It is available for Venezuela, but it's not accepted by Tapastic or Patreon or any of these. So there's no point in making an account with Piazza if it doesn't solve these other problems. Because most people don't have Piazza, and it's complicated for them to learn anything new, so they don't wanna. Uh, Work with that. So compatibility of Piazza is also pretty limited. Like if other people want to pay her, it can get a bit complicated. So she still wants to go to Colombia to try and get a PayPal there, and hopefully then be able to sell online her services and do what she can. Yeah, of course. We enjoy doing this, that's why we do it. And also other forms of entertainment are not to my taste. Like the cinema that has gotten pretty bad. Like you have a lot of people that make noise and are rude, or just other issues. Like the price is really expensive, so I rather watch movies from home. So we're going less out. Um, Here in Michigan where we live, like there are no good cafes on hand, and the food isn't that great, and it's pretty expensive, and hikikomori power, yeah. So for us, like, we find ourselves more and more buying tea online that we like and is billion times better than the crap they serve at the cafes here. And so we kind of drink our tea by ourselves and just we order a lot of things online because they don't have them here or they're very expensive. Like back home we had shawarma shops at every corner and the shawarma was really cheap. So we were like, yeah, we go to the corner store and get some shawarma and we go out. Or there's a Turkish restaurant that has some Turkish pies that I really like, so we like go to that one and they were pretty cheap and we get some Turkish pies. Or the Chinese food was generally a bit more expensive back home than Turkish food. So going to get Chinese was kind of a going out big event. And it was pretty good if you knew where to go. So that was us going out. But here everything is just so expensive, and the Chinese food at the all-you-can-eat buffets. First of all the you-can-eat buffets here are really bad. Like they smell bad, the food isn't great, it's very oily. Um, the decor is crappy and just looks really cheap and poor and unattractive. The Japanese restaurants are in better shape, but they're also more expensive. So like we go once a year on our wedding anniversary or something like that. If we don't have a snowstorm or anything. Because it's very dangerous to drive in a snowstorm and you have to travel for about 1 or 2 hours, an hour and a half to get to that Japanese restaurant for where we are. So we go kind of to the capital of the state, which isn't the biggest city. Detroit is the biggest city, which is 3 hours away, but we don't go to that. I'll need to correct these, I think. Change it later. Because she doesn't have any eyebrows, I'll have to draw them. But I'm still kind of a bit tired, so I don't want to do that now. I'll do it later when I'm able to kind of focus. So yeah, a lot of things are pretty far and gas is expensive. staying there is expensive, so like we don't go anywhere. Good night. Thanks for dropping by. Always happy to hear from you. I wrote it because of the lag. I think it will get faster if I write than if I say thank you. Oops. There we go, and some white up here. See you. Yep. Okay, I think I've done most of the shading. The symbol on the t-shirt. Better not forget about that. I'm sorry. Where was it? There we go. Close that. Oh, and I gotta do the highlights in the eyes as well. Opacity 95. Just so it blends a little bit better. And panel 3. There we go. Yeah, I guess I'm definitely used to a different situation, but fortunately for me, because I'm not a kind of person that likes to go out that much, is not that much of a problem for me personally. Like, I've met some people that were, you know, kind of upset that this place is very boring and there's nothing to do. I just never saw it that way. So this one's Niels ink and this one Niels color. Okay. But yeah, I kind of do miss the convenience of living next to a big city where you have everything on hand, and like have half a dozen shawarma shops you can go to, and a whole bunch of cinema theaters, and like a whole bunch of stuff that you can go visit. And it's kind of empty, the whole state of Michigan. Like there aren't that many places you can go to. Even in Detroit, we went in Detroit and kind of went around the city, and it was really boring. Like they had a whole bunch of restaurants that were closed and bankrupt, and they didn't seem that interesting to begin with, and the decoration and the menus. Like I understand a lot of the things, the foods were Americanized, but they were kind of poor in their selection. Like maybe New York, which is a more ethnically diverse city, is gonna have more interesting stuff to eat. Like we do have a Mediterranean shop that is an hour drive away, and we kind of go there like once a month or once 2 months, and we kind of go and get a lamb with rice that is really good from them. And they have a lentil soup that is really tasty. But other than that, that's kind of like the highlight of the month. Because there's so many things that we can do because we're not gonna live here forever, so we don't do any investments. Like for example, getting like those quadro bikes, so it'd be easier for us to travel, kind of go around. Because now, there's so big spaces between the villages and everything that you kind of have to use the car to get around. Although there are a lot of back roads that you can use. So those are interesting. We kind of go with the car on those. And we kind of get to see the landscape and everything, and it would be much more fun to go with, like a double bike. We're going back to Europe probably forever. We don't know exactly. Like we don't want to stay in Romania because the economical and financial situation is pretty bad. Like we have so much corruption, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Like it's such a struggle to live there, even if you have a good education. Like it's not a guarantee that you won't have to worry about next month or next day what you're gonna eat or where you're gonna live. What your kids are gonna do. There's just so much theft and corruption, and it's pretty general. That I guess is the biggest disappointment of mine. Like a lot of people are thinking usually, well, how can I steal for me? How can it benefit my gang? Um, it's very much tribal, and there's just so many issues. And this problem is in the US as well. Like, you have a lot of mafias, and if you get sick, you're bankrupted and end up in the street, like because of the hospital mafia, my tongue in English, pharmaceutical. um, is such a big problem here. Pharmaceutical, there we go. My tongue is untied. But at least for people who have PhDs and are actual researchers in something, is not that bad. Like, you can still make a decent living and be able to raise a family in the US. In the US, it's pretty bad if you're born poor, because then you can't get a good education even if you're smart. Whilst in other places, if you're born poor and you're smart, you can still kind of do something better for yourself because you have education access. And then you can go to other countries like the US or Europe, where they pay well for scientists or athletes or something else. Depends on what you can do and what they need. Like, for us personally, we would love to live in Italy because the food is great, the weather is great. Um, it's close to our parents' homes, so that's a plus for us, in case the parents get sick or something, that we can go and help them easily. But, Italy has a lot of problems, just like Romania, so um, it's not that much of an option in the end. It is slightly better, but still there are a lot of issues. So yeah, before Trump, America was like a really good option, but because the cultural differences are really small. Yeah, you have earthquakes. We have earthquakes in Romania too, so it's not that much of a change. It's just that we have maybe less frequent and less deadly earthquakes than Italians do. Like, we have 7 Richter scale earthquakes every 30 years, and usually they're pretty deep, so they don't affect um, that much. Only bad buildings that are old, so if you can't afford to live in a decent building, then you're screwed. But if you can, you're okay in Romania. The house is not gonna fall on you. And for all new houses, you also have to be careful who built them and how they built them. Because just because it's a new house, it doesn't mean it's a well-built house. So it's like better to get a house that has survived an earthquake and it's still standing and it has the status and has been revised as one of the houses that can withstand earthquakes. Who's Prime Minister of Canada? What? I don't think he's did that. Pass law, it's okay to have intercourse with an animal. I kinda doubt he would pass that law. Let's see, Trudeau. Oh. Snoops.com, Breitbart. Oh, seriously. I hope you're not reading Breitbart news. That is just garbage. I'm surprised, Kate, that you're reading Breitbart news. Like, Breitbart is white supremacist news outlet. So be careful what news you read. So far I've seen Trudeau making a lot of good moves. Internationally, at least. I don't know what he's doing domestically, because I haven't been that interested, but internationally he has good appeal. Depends on what news they reported it. Like, if it's Breitbart, don't believe anything they say. Breitbart news, like I said, is white supremacist, sexist, anti-gay, anti-LGBT. So Breitbart is the same thing as the Daily Mail. So be careful where you get your news. Some people are calling for him to resign. Depends what people. Cause, like, you know, in back home we have problems as well, and we have like these crappy news channels, like our version of fake news, that just report a lot of crap that isn't true and make up stuff all the time. And we have people protesting, and, you know, people posting what's really happening. They're like just contradicting themselves, because we have a political party in Romania that's kind of like the equivalent of the Republican Party, and it's just a mess. Reuters. Let's see. Most animals act not against Canada's bestiality law court. With what you guys spend your time, it's amazing. Exploitation, yes, it's animal abuse. Wow. To be illegal is all blah blah blah. So let's see. So they're not against? So this has been allowed, and what is going to continue? Because I don't see Trudeau approving anything in this. Like, I don't know why you're accusing him. Trudeau. Like, isn't it? Did I spell it right? No. Trudeau. Like, he's not even in this article. Like, why is he being accused of this when the law already existed? Oh well. Everything is Obama's fault, everything is Trudeau's fault, so whatever. The nights are cold and full of terror. Yeah. Yeah, scary stuff. Kay, the detective. Well, if you don't find any, how do they say, convincing emails against him, you're not gonna be able to bring him down. Like, it's all in the emails. Okay, I think I'm done with this page. Hope I haven't forgotten anything. Maybe Marie should be a little bit bigger. Oh, the news is just exhausting. Like, I can't even keep track of all the drama and the worst thing is there's not just drama. Like, the drama usually rises to the surface. Like, the more important issues, they kind of get swamped. Okay, I think I'm done with this. And so next week I'm going to color the Valentine's illustration, and here it is. This is Niels, and he's a teenager, and these two characters are from the second book. When Niels is a teenager and he goes to visit Galileo Galilei. So I think I'm done. I hope I didn't miss anything. I think I'll end the stream here. The Hisame OCL still continues on Tapastic, where people have been tipping me, so the character lottery continues there. What else did I had to tell you? Okay, so I'm gonna record the vlog tomorrow, and so during the weekend I should be able to post the first vlog. Thanks, take care, Kay. And I think that was it about the news I was going to tell you. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next week. Today's Thursday. Yes, next week I will see you. Bye bye. Thanks for